All right, so when we are estimating square root, to estimate a square root, for example, if you have a square root of 45, square root of 45, so 45 is between two perfect squares. What are those perfect squares? One of them is 36, the other one is 49. So if you're not too sure, you can subtract 49 from 45 and see what it gives you. It's actually going to give you 4. Well, if you subtract 36 from, if you subtract 36 from 45, it should give you 9. Okay, it should give you 9. Well, if it gives you 9, that means there's more of a gap between 36 and 45 comparing to 45 and 49, because it's only 4, which is smaller, so the gap is smaller between 45, which means 45 is closer to 49 than it is to 36. So obviously the root of it will be 6.8 or something close to that. 6 point something. It's going to be very closer to 7. In other words, it's going to be closer to 7 than it is to 6. Okay, so that's how you would estimate. So you could also estimate square root of 55. Okay, square root of 55. Now you could use 49 as one of the perfect square, and then 68. I'm sorry, not 68, 64 as the perfect square, which is 8 times 8 and 7 times 7. So with those two perfect square, you can subtract 49 from 55, which should give you 6. Okay, and then you could also subtract 55 from 64, and that should give you 9, which means 55 is also closer to 49 than to 64, which the value of that would be 7 point, some decimal, if you divide it, but it would be between 7 and 8, but closer to 7. So let's say 7.4, for example, something like that. Okay, and same thing if you had a square root of 90. You wanted to estimate that. Actually, that would be between 81, okay, and 100. Okay, well, from 81 to 90, this is 9 spaces. From 90 to 100, that's 10. Okay, so so that means, well, that's a square root, by the way. Square root. Okay, so that means the square root of 90 would be closer, so it would be 9 point something, but a little bit closer to 9. I would say 9.4 or something like that, which is, it's closer to that than 100, or square root of 100, which is 10. Okay, so that's how you can estimate. If you're trying to break a square root down, you look at that square root between what perfect number or perfect square number that is positioned, and that's what would help you to find out square root of numbers better. And we're gonna practice more of that later on. Thank you.